It was a cold and musty night when James stepped off the plane. He was now in Portland, Oregon. His shoes stank of James trees and liverwurst, not the best smell in the world, but James could deal with it. James smelled something that wasn't the liverwurst James tree hybrid. It was thick and smelled like pineapple pizza. James knew exactly what he was dealing with. It was Samuel Feenan, aka Rich-tastic, so fucking rich. James could smell someone that rich instantly. The stench of pineapple pizza with an ounce of fear dropped into its core. Greetings, James. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance once again, you goddamn beautiful beast. I trust your flight was okay? James nodded and walked towards Samuel.
Samuel, my flight is perfect besides the fact that wouldn't allow me to inject myself with some James skag.
That's fine, James. You need to lay off that shit. It's terrible for you. James, I'd like for you to meet my two bodyguards, Trevor and Pritchard.
Hello,
James replied and shook both their hands with a firm gorilla-like grip. Let's talk and walk, James. As you know, I'm quite busy today. Lately, I've been shitting my pants while dealing with this crippling new disease which affects the bladder. They call it grindin' hog disease. Makes me shit my pants more than I'd like, honestly. Just at that moment when Samuel finished his conversation, a brown stain appeared on the back of his white dress pants. The stain moved ferociously down his leg and out of his pants. It then fell on the floor and gained the shape of a pig and took off.
God damn, what the fuck was that? Did your shit just fucking turn into a pig and walk away?
Righto, James. Like I said, grindin' hog disease, even with all the fucking money I have. Me? Of all people, the richest man in the universe still can't cure this disease. I'm at 400 trillion USD currently, the richest man in the entire universe. I passed Gothentalk, the destroyer of sheep, just yesterday by 2 trillion.
That's great, Samuel, but I got a bunch of urgent questions that need to be answered right now. I don't have time for any of this grinding hog bullshit. But we need to speak in private on this matter, and the bodyguards need not be in the room for it. Let's go someplace you think is secure to discuss this.
This seems urgent and I do owe you a favor. Okay, I'll do it just for you, James, but you sure we can't bring Pritchard and Trevor along? I trust them with my life.
No, sorry. I need to speak with you alone. I already spoke to Lord David on this matter. After I speak with you, I'm gonna have a conversation with Paul Schultz if I can find him.
Fine, we'll leave them out of this. Pritchard, Trevor, stay here. James, I got a nice-ass automated teleporter so we can speak in private. Trevor and Pritchard sighed and froze in place awaiting their employer Samuel Feenan's return. James and Samuel quickly head into a private terminal owned by Samuel. They hastily hopped into the teleporter and the area around them distorted and shaked till it was black. James' vision was back and he was in a brightly lit room with a crazy city view.
Samuel, where are we? James asked.
In Tokyo. I always come here if I want to get away from everything, and no one knows about this place and who it's owned by. It's perfect to come here if I get into any shit. Speaking of shit, Samuel then pulled down his pants as a huge shit came tumbling out like a fish in a barrel. The shit literally looked like it could create little shits of its own. It must have been 30 to 40 inches at the least. It morphed into a pig like before and ran away towards the door.
My God. Samuel, your asshole has to hurt like a motherfucker. That's insane.
It's fine, James. Now, what did you want to discuss?
Samuel, have you been getting dreams? Nightmares, to be precise?
Suddenly, Samuel broke down crying, his white suit wrinkled and his white dress pants with the huge brown stain in the back all the way down towards the leg. He looked severely affected by this question. Of course, James. I've been getting these nightmares or visions even. I don't know what to make of them. I get scared to sleep sometimes because of them.
It's okay, Samuel. It's quite alright. I get them too. So does Lord David of the 4th Squad.
My Lord David's beard. These are terrible. I've seen visions of all the gods dying. I saw you, James, dying of alcohol. It was vodka. You drank yourself to death. I saw Lord David lying in a puddle of blood with thousands of jackdaws picking away at his corpse. Lastly, I saw Paul Schultz with a fedora doing some kind of jig, but he had a skeleton body.
Weird. Listen, I need you to help me find Paul Schultz. All of us gods need to have a gathering of the Hall of Gods. It's important to see if Paul is having any of these nightmares / visions as well.
Okay, James, I'll find out where he is. In the meantime, stay here and rest a little. I'll get you a ticket to wherever he is in the morning.